Hello everyone, good afternoon. So I think I'm live. So far it's zero watching. Okay, so let's begin the stream. We are on time, guys. So good afternoon. Um, so we will start the stream as discussed. So it's 3 already. So we'll give a couple of minutes so that more number of people join us. So it's not an issue. So am I audible? You can just type in yes so that we can confirm it. Okay. So hey guys, good afternoon. So let's start the session. So people have joined, and I think more number of people will join. So I would try to start the session by trying to introduce myself, trying to introduce our organization, and also call in the guest of the day. So firstly, I'll introduce about myself. My name is Mohammad Arshad, and I'm a sustainability project manager from Green Yatra. So Green Yatra is one of the India's leading environmental NGOs. So we are dedicated towards protection, conservation, and betterment of our mother nature. And we strive to achieve our goal to create a greener and better world for all the present and the future generations. So with our initiative, we aim to like nullify the environmental imbalance, and we have come up with this program hashtag Sustainable Saturdays to like try to instill the individual social responsibilities to the common people and also create an impact. So obviously not the governments and not the municipal corporations or sustainability professionals like us can save the world or can help to save the environment, yet it's all the common people, it's all the individuals that collectively, if we try to take efforts, we can change it and we can create an impact. So without further ado, let me just give an introduction about our speaker. She's an experienced sustainability consultant. Her name is Nixa Khemka, and she has been in this industry for quite a long time. And she's skilled in designing, creating research, and she's also a very strong person who has created a positive impact on the community and environment. She has a bachelor's degree in civil and environmental engineering from MPSTME Mumbai. She's a passionate and a focused person, and she's helping a lot of organizations to achieve their United Nations Sustainability Development Goals. Yep, she's Nixa for you guys. So let me welcome Nixa. So, hi Nixa, how
Hi,
are you?
Amshad. Hi, I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine. So thank you for taking your time and doing this live session. So without like trying to waste the time, we'll go for the topic. So water for all, day zero for none. And just the first question, the basic question next I would want to ask कि हमारा जो पानी का source, हमको पानी जो मिलता है, so where do we get our water from? So just like enlighten us in that aspect.
Right.
Over to you.
That is a very good question that you have asked. And in the audience, this is a question that should be asked to the audience honestly, right? Where is your water source from? Do you know? Like you must be joining from different cities across India or maybe Mumbai, so do you know where your water comes from? So for those of us who are fortunate enough to live in the cities, never truly experience the effects of water shortage, the prospect of turning on the tap and having nothing flowing out. It can be said that with certainty that the societies will witness demographic transition, which means population growth. There's a shift of there's a migration where people are shifting from rural to urban cities, technological advancement, and this will eventually lead to degradation of the environment and water scarcity. So, as we all know, water is a cyclic resource with abundant supplies on the globe. Right now, we are in the season of the monsoon, and you can see it is dry in July, mid, heavy monsoon season, and Mumbai is not experiencing as much rain. Approximately 71% of the surface of the earth is covered with fresh water, but only 3% of that is fresh water, and 1% is what is truly available for us to drink and use for potable uses. The tensions and the disputes on sharing and control of this scarce resource is becoming contested issue among many communities and regions and states across. India alone, if you would see, accounts for 2.45% of the world's surface water resources, and it has 16% population to cater to. Right. So these surface water resource, if you talk about, means what, like rivers, lakes, ponds, and reservoir tanks or aquifers. Right. Then you have the underground water system as well, wherein the bow wells are dug and we are emptying those in rural areas. So when I talk about Mumbai, so Mumbai comes mostly from Vetarna, Igatpuri. They have four major resources, which is one is Vetarna, which is in Igatpuri, Tansa, which is in the Thane district, Batsa, which is in Shahpur, and Modak Sagar, which is also in the Thane district. So as you can see, these districts are located nearly 30 kilometers away from the Mumbai city. So it is a long way that they need to travel. A lot of infrastructures that is required for the water to come from that remote area to the cities and flow into your taps. Similarly, you can see the case that across different cities in India, Delhi, you talk about Kolkata, Bangalore, their distribution is purely based on just as the urban cities get from more than 50 kilometers. So Kolkata has Hooghly River, the River Bees. Delhi has Yamuna River Bees, which is more than 90 kilometers away. And lastly, there's Chennai. Chennai gets its water resource from the Pundi Lake, which is 60 kilometers away, and that infamously had no water in the summer of 2019, and day zero had hit to them.
Okay, wow. That was quite an information, Nixa. Thank you. So, जो लोग शहरों में रहते हैं उनके लिए कभी भी पानी की कमी नहीं होती, बट कि जिस दिन हम पानी का नल खोलते हैं और हमें पता चलता है कि पानी नहीं आता है, देन परेशानी शुरू होती है. देन वी स्टार्ट थिंकिंग कि why is there is no water and why have we not taken any measures. So thank you for your information and I hope कि जो लोग आज अटेंड कर रहे हैं उनको पता चले कि कि पानी कहाँ से आ रहा है और कितनी मुश्किल होती है पानी को ट्रांसपोर्ट करना. पानी के ऊपर भी हम लोग पैसे देते हैं और इट हैज इट्स ओन फुटप्रिंट. तो निक्सा, मैं आपसे ये मतलब पूछना चाहूंगा कि जो पानी को बचाना है ये क्या जरूरी है. लाइक वी गेट वाटर, राइट, बट इज इट इम्पोर्टेंट टू सेव वाटर?
Right. So, water is something that we use every day, right? If you see, you cannot live without water. Just as important as oxygen and food, water is a very, very important resource. And as I was explaining earlier, in Mumbai monsoon, and there's no rains happening. So there's a climatic patterns are shifting unpredictably, and places where once there was abundance water soon have all the reservoirs which are dry, and the aquifers groundwater water is completely empty. In 20th century, we have spent trillions of dollars building infrastructure to get the water into our cities, right? So like I was explaining, it's like 60 kilometers away. A lot of money is spent to bring that water. So when you are thinking about water, it is not only affecting you as a person or the environment, but also the economy of the India, right? Because a lot of our tax money, which could have gone for something else, is now going for this water kind of infrastructure. As the water runs out, the country may have to confront a series of associated problems, which is food insecurity, vulnerability during heat waves, diseases due to the deteriorating sanitation, and regional conflicts over the water access. It is predicted by 2030 a water demand would be double available, resulting in the loss of 6% of the loss in GDP due to severe water scarcity. So all these facts that I'm talking about, you will easily find them on Google. And World Bank has also estimated that 21% of the communicable diseases in India are linked to unsafe water and lack of hygiene prices. So experts say we really need to, act now if we want to reverse this damage, and we want to, really not be in this water crisis, which we are all, heading towards, and we don't even know it yet. We have to act today, and we have to act now, right? So yeah, with the population increasing and there's a small percentage of water that is fit for consumption, so it only makes sense that we preserve this precious resource of ours, right? And use it wisely, use it properly, since it our water, our life depends on it, right? We Water is what sustains our life, so it is our responsibility that we conserve it, and we help to keep our sources pure and safe for the future generations to come as well.
Okay, so that was also a very important thing. So 2030 तक अगर हमारे जो पानी की मांग जो अब है करंटली इट इज गोइंग टू गेट डबल, तो दुगनी होने वाली है, जिसकी वजह से 6% तक हमारा जीडीपी का लॉस हो सकता है, करोड़ों का नुकसान हो सकता है. तो लेट्स गेट समथिंग लाइक मोर ब्रीफ. सो मेरे को पता चला था निक्सा बेस्ड ऑन द आर्टिकल्स एंड न्यूज दैट केप टाउन में जो प्रेसिडेंट है उनको भी पर डे 50 वाटर पर लीटर, लाइक 50 लीटर पर डे उनको मिलता है, एज इन लाइक बिकॉज ऑफ द सिचुएशन विच इज कॉल्ड एज डे जीरो. अब मेरे को ये जानना था कि ये डे जीरो क्या है, और क्या इंडिया में इज देयर एनी पॉसिबिलिटी दैट दिस डे जीरो विल अफेक्ट. सो
Right. So, day zero, right? So, we are all experiencing the worst water crisis history in all of history as of now, right? Day zero is very important question, a very good question that you have asked. It's a day when most of our cities' taps dry out and people have to stand in a line to collect a daily quota of water. The urban crisis is much worse than previously thought. In fact, for cities like Bangalore, Mumbai, among many others, the dreaded day zero may have already been here. Right? The lack of access of municipal piped water, which is the cheapest source of water in most cities, and the irregular supply of this water has already pushed many cities to the brink. Right? Over 12% of the pollution, Indian pollution, already live under day zero conditions, and it is only a matter of time when we are also going to start experiencing that. One of the main reasons for this crisis may be the long term poor water management, the lack of rain, and the population growth. So, Cape Town and Chennai should serve as cautionary tales. These are the cities that have already experienced the day zero, and we need to learn from them how they came out of the situation, and now how are they managing their water resources. The Sustainability Development Goals set out an urgent push for countries and cities to create a sustainable livable future for everyone. Right? This requires policies and technical solutions that consider equity. As the world becomes more urban, cities must offer efficient, sustainable, and equitable services to all their citizens. So, individual action is as important, right, to change the dynamics of the way we consume water. When governments and organizations are playing a certain role, there's something that is out of control. But as an individual, each one of us has a huge, a role to play in saving water, in conserving water, in protecting this precious water resource.
ओके, तो डे जीरो के बारे में थोड़ा कुछ इन्फॉर्मेशन मिला एंड ऑनेस्टली निक्सा, आई बिलोंग फ्रॉम चेन्नई, मेरे को भी ये 2019 में पता चला था कि कितना इश्यूज हो रहे थे सिटी में. वी यूज टू टेक वाटर फ्रॉम नॉर्थन सिटीज लाइक जलंधर से ट्रेन में पानी आ रहा था जस्ट बिकॉज कि हमको हमारे डिमांड्स मीट करें. एंड सिंस चेन्नई इज अ मेट्रोपॉलिटन सिटी दे कुड अफोर्ड, बट ऑब्वियसली फॉर अ लॉन्गर रन इट इज नॉट पॉसिबल. तो एज यू सेड गाइज, लाइक हमें ये समझना जरूरी है कि इंडिविजुअल सोशल रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज इज द ओनली way that we can solve or tackle climate issues. Everyone as an individual should understand and should learn the lessons and try to act in a very environmental conscious way. So that's about the day zero. But मैं और एक जानना चाहता हूँ कि कि हम कैसे रिटेलिएट करें. सो ये वाटर फुटप्रिंट हम कैलकुलेशन कैसे करेंगे. हाउ कैन वी कैलकुलेट आवर वाटर फुटप्रिंट, निक्सा?
Okay. So, water footprint. So, before we go to how to calculate your water footprint, I would like to tell you what is water footprint. So,
जी.
water footprint measures the amount of water that you use to produce each of your goods and services that we use in our daily lives, right? This can be measured for a single process, such as growing rice, for a product, such as a pair of your jeans that you might own, right? For the fuel that you put in your car, or an entire multinational company or organization that could be an ID firm or a data center. The water footprint is also, this is the virtual or indirect footprint of somebody. Then you have the direct water footprint. Now that is the water that we utilize in our everyday activities such as drinking, cleaning, cooking, your laundry, washing your clothes, having a bath, your toilets, gardening. A lot of people do gardening. So in urban India alone, about 48,000 mld water is supplied, and on an individual per person, each one of us use 165 liters of water per day, right? So the water footprint basically helps you to understand what purposes are limited, consumed, and also the pollution that you create. Now water footprint can help individuals and businesses and countries because they reveal what is your water use patterns from individual level the way to the national level. They shine a light on the water used in all processes involved in manufacturing and producing our goods, and they also account for the wastewater that you are generating, right? So you're consuming some amount of water which is flowing in your taps, and then it's gone down into the drain. So does that wastewater also that you are generating is a part of this water footprint. It majorly comes in three components. If we dive a little deeper into that, so that is green, blue, and gray. So together, these components provide a comprehensive picture of the water use by delineating the source of the water which is consumed, right? So either it could be through rain, it could be soil moisture, or it could be surface or groundwater, and the volume of fresh water which is required for the assimilation of the pollutants. So green is the water footprint which is from the rain, and that is stored in the soil and the root zone, and is evaporated through transpiration in the plants. This is particularly relevant for agriculture, horticulture, and forestry products. Now, why am I explaining this to you? Is you need to understand that more than 80% of the water that is used for agricultural purposes, right? So a lot of water is utilized by the agricultural industries to grow the food that we eat. That could be rice, that could be wheat, it could be fruits and vegetables. So it requires a lot of water. Blue water footprint is the water that has been sourced from the surface of the groundwater resources, and it is either evaporated or incorporated into the product, taking it out from the body. So that means like any your rivers and lakes and oceans and seas. So when the water is taken out, it is treated and then it is used to manufacture. Even your jeans, the clothes that you wear, all of that also has some amount of water that is used. It could be your laptop, anything. It all has some amount of water that is required to manufacture them. And then you have the gray water, which is the amount of fresh water required to assimilate the pollutants. To basically, it is the pollution that you discharge in when you flush. Right, so the water is going somewhere, right? So what is happening to that? So that is also a certain amount of water that needs to be considered in water footprint. So the easiest way to do this at your home is to install a gauge, a water meter, right? So you can install it or you can check it. There are government buildings generally have it. That's how you maybe paying the bill. But you can, for your home, individually install a water meter. It is hardly cost anything and it's very easily available in the market. This is one of the simplest way to calculate your water footprint and to understand, right? If you want to measure on your own what is your water footprint, so this is divided into two parts. So firstly is the faucets, shower heads, any outdoor taps, any faucets that you run at your home, even your kitchen faucet, your faucet. It includes the water that you are using for washing your cars. So you need to basically catch a calculate the normal flow rate, which is very simple. You just turn it on and you fill it in a bucket and you time, okay, how much time has it taken to fill this bucket, and that way you can calculate what is the flow rate, right? So this way you will measure the quantity of the water and convert it into liters if as necessary, and then you multiply it by the times that you are using. So this is your flow rate, right? So this is the first step, and then next is for the toilets, right? So for the toilet, start by shutting the water supply and mark the water blue line in the tank flush, right? Then flush the toilet and refill the tank with tap water, taking care to measure the volume of water it takes to refill the tank to your marker. This will be your flow rate. So the first step in calculating a water footprint is to understand how much is the flow rate from each of these devices that you are using. Now, once you have a baseline, you can keep track of how often you are using each of these appliances or fixtures, and in the number of minutes that you are using each of these fixtures per day, right? So you have, okay, the tap is running and I have calculated per minute it is filling 1 liter of water. So every time I wash my hand for say 1 minute, 1 liter of water is going, I'm utilizing. So similar, you can do that for your kitchen faucet, you can do that for your toilet, you can do that for your shower heads, and also you must include your washing machines. That also uses water. You multiply all these by user rates and you do a monthly calculation. So this would give you the exact calculation of what is your water footprint.
Wow, wow, that was quite an information. So, dear audience, please, like all these informations is really, really helpful. If you can't measure, you can't save. So it is already mentioned that how to like try to for calculate your water footprint. So thank you so much, Nixa, for that wonderful techniques and strategies that you had shared to measure our water footprint. I myself would be like really aware to like know what is my average water consumption and how to like try to track it off. So the important question right now is like, if we do this, will we be able to save water, or there any other strategies, like how can we save water as an individual, and are there any other things that you can tell us to just save water, because that's the need of the hour, I guess, if you can give us some information on that.
Right. So the first step was to calculate your water footprint, right? Once you know, okay, what are the places that you are using water, only then can you understand where you can save the water, right? So when you are determined and when you are motivated to start to save water, first you need to do your water footprint, and then once you understand what kind of lifestyle you have, because I can give you n number of solutions as to how you must save, water in your lives. But at the end of the day, it is a mindset change that you have to have. Everybody has a different kind of routine. Somebody bathes in the morning, somebody bathes in the night. So there are multiple solutions that can be founded on your own. You can come up with creative ideas as well. How you in your own life can save water. I will give you a few simple examples, right? Water conservation is the way we manage to exercise in our daily lives. Water intensive plants, such as lawns, if you are having low efficient appliances, long showers, and bathtubs, excessive water behavior needs to be consciously rectified on an individual level. Our urban living standards must reverse in every household, office, and schools. Right? It doesn't matter where you apply these principles. It could be at your home, it could be at your office and school. Now I believe they are starting very soon. So some simple ways. The next time you need to replace a dishwasher, a washing machine, or a water heater, you ensure to purchase a water efficient appliance. Not only will this cut back on your water consumption, but you will save money over the time when it comes to utility costs, including electricity. Right? So when you are saving water, you have an added benefit of saving on energy. So you save your money as well. So it is all connected. It is people, planet, profit is the approach when you are living a sustainable lifestyle. Then there is no need to keep the water running while you're in the process of cleaning your teeth or trimming your beard, right? This is something that we've all heard of, right? Because you can save 760 liters of water by just shutting off the water once you go about your business. Installing low flow aerators. These can cost up to 150 rupees. That's it. And it will help you save on 30 to 40% of your water consumption. So you can install it in your kitchen taps, in your public where a lot of use is there. So try with one and you see the difference and how much water you are saving. And hardly 150 rupees is nothing. 200, 300 rupees you get it in the market now. And these can be applicable to your existing taps. It is simple, it is easy, and it is a cheap retrofit that will help save thousands of liters. The toilet only needs to be flushed when you have finished using the bathroom. Don't dump tissues, cigarette butts in your toilet to use like a convenient waste basket. This is a very important point because it chokes the sewage system, and it is a very big hazard because it creates dung, and it's flowing through, and treatment also is another problem. So it is not a waste bin, so you must like completely avoid to put anything else apart from the water waste. Inspect your water meter and utility bills every month to check how much water you are using. If you see a random spike, then it might be a scene for a leaky pipe somewhere, right? So if you install if leaky pipes are very very dangerous, right? You must fix them immediately, right? So by fixing a poorly sealed pipe or a leaky toilet, you can save a lot of water in the long run. I would like to tell you about this one person called Mr. Suti. He's an 80-year-old renowned graphic artist, painter, journalist, a man of many talents, and he has gone around knocking on doors at Mira Road, Mumbai, along with a plumber and a volunteer to fix leaks in homes of people absolutely for free. So, as a child, he has seen many people fight for just few drops of water. And in 2007, he was sitting and reading the newspaper when he came across uh, this fact that every drop that fell per second in a leaking tap, thousands liters of water went down the drain each month. He went on inspired and motivated by this one simple thought and started an NGO called Drop Dead Foundation. Save every drop or drop dead. He is a huge inspiration in water conservation and must understand what one leaky tap can do. Another thing that you can do is get into the habit of taking, you know, less than 5 minute shower, or simply taking bucket bath, right? How our ancestors do the old way to sit down and have one bucket bath. It's much better, right? Then there is nothing unsanitary about reusing a towel or rewashing a pair of old jeans. While you wash, you should ensure that your washing machine is full. Like having half filled washing machines, that also saves wastes a lot of water. And using clean detergents, so natural detergents, not avoiding any kind of harmful toxic detergents that are used, because ultimately they end up in the wastewater treatment plant, and it is very difficult to process when there are high toxicity level detergents that you are using. Another very important thing that you can do is change your food habits. This is the number one important thing, I would say. If you have to do something, you must also change your food habits, because like I mentioned earlier, more than 60% of the water resources are used for agricultural purposes. So now this could be a simple thing as to reading, not wasting your food waste, because when you throw your food, you are wasting so much tons of water, and so many resources, so much energy that is gone to prepare that food, and you're just throwing it away. So just stopping any kind of food waste is also these simple steps that you can take in your everyday lives to reduce your water consumption and help the planet.
Okay, okay. Thank you for that. So, guys, sustainable lifestyle, right? So it's not just an a way of life, but it's a destination that we all should achieve. So we need to like measure and we need to like follow all the steps to make sure that we as human beings like save this precious resource. So thank you so much for that very informative answer. So you mentioned something about food. I want to know about this thing, which is like how much food, right? Like in our food day to day, we consume food, and how much water is in our food and products. So just like share your thoughts on that, Nixa.
Right. So, in the scope of the Indian agriculture, a variety of crops is cultivated in India due to the vastly distinct weather and soil conditions that are available in various topographies across the country. So, what does that mean? India has various geographical topography. We have the Rajasthan, which is a desert. Then we have the Cherrapunji, which is one of the heavily wettest place in the world. So because of that, there's a lot of different kind of food, grains, cash crops, plantation crops, and horticulture crops that spread across India. Water is one of the essential resources that are required for the proper growth of these crops, and the majority of the farmers are still dependent on growing water intensive crops. The rural population, Indian population, is largely dependent on agriculture as a primary source of living, as we all know. Agriculture is one of the major contributors to India's GDP with an 18% share, according to the KPMG report. This population plays an integral role in the Indian economy, right? So, as we talked about, when there is the water crisis, we are taking water from the farmers. So, they if they don't have water, then they'll not be able to grow their crops and food. So, we will not be able to eat. So, traditionally, if you see, 1 kilo of rice requires 3,000 to 5,000 liters of water. Staple food in any Indian diet, right? Then we have India is one of the largest producers of the cotton yarn. On an average, India uses 22,500 liters of water to produce 1 kg of cotton. So now this is not limited to your food, but cotton is also the clothes that you wear, right? What you are wearing. One I'm going to say that again. 1 kg of cotton, 22,000 liters of water. Then we have sugarcane. So sugarcane is also one of the second largest. India is the second largest producer of sugarcane, and that requires rainfall. So on an average, a crop generally requires 300 to 500 of rainfall, but sugarcane requires 1500 to 2500 of rainfall to complete the growth cycle. Therefore, this crop requires 1500 to 3000 liters of water to produce just 1 kilo of sugarcane. Similarly, we have soya. Soya bean requires 900 liters of water, and then we have, after the green revolution, wheat production. So soya is something I would like to say is also a major source of protein, vegetable oil, and animal feed, right? So there is when we talk about non-vegetarian, that is all, they are also very high intensive water feeding things that we consume. Then after the green revolution, wheat production in India has been on the rise. So after rice, wheat is the most varieties of wheat that we are growing, and we are the second largest producer crop worldwide, right? So this also requires 1 kg requires 900 liters. So obviously we must eat to survive. It is not that we should not eat. That is not the intention. But however, wasting the food, okay, that you can survive with, right? When we waste our food, we waste water as well as everything connected, right? In nature, everything is symbiotic. There is nothing unconnected. So we also have to act in that fashion, like planning your meals, ensuring that the leftovers are properly, utilized. There are no rotten fruits or vegetables. You have forgotten something in your fridge somewhere deep down that corner, and so you must, these simple steps you must integrate in your daily life, to ensure that you are not wasting food. Not does this only stream your food cut, your water usage, it also helps you retain much more veggies and natural nutrients, and you save on water. Sorry, money. Right, when you are saving on food waste, you're also saving your money. So that is a very big factor again that we all look out for in our everyday lives.
Nixa, I think there was some lapse. Am I audible now? Or is there any lapse from
Yes.
my end also?
I'm not sure. No, I was I not audible?
I think, yeah, you were audible, but I just wanted to ask to the people who are watching us, was it audible about the information which Nixa shared us? Because it was an important information, guys, that how crops are like consuming water for us. So if you want, we can like have a very, quick revision of that last sentence. Anyways, so Nixa, that was quite an informative session. Do we have anything else, or like, was that the end of the answer?
Yes, that was the end. Yes.
So, guys, that was really informative. So, we need to save our water. We need to like know that what is happening, and the only thing that we can do is just like save water, and our water issues should be addressed, and we should save the water before it's too late. So, we can really learn about water, and we can like try to save. This is like the least thing that we can discuss, yet there are like many things which we will like not have that much amount of time to discuss, yet we are keeping it short. And finally then we will like head to the next question, which is about the water pollution, and why as an individual, how are we contributing to the water pollution? Just like your short thoughts, and that could be like really helpful.
Yes. So, have you ever wondered where your water is flowing from the drains, right? So every time you switch on the tap, there's water flowing out. So that is the water pollution that we each one of us are creating. Now, street manholes, right? That is the cause of daily traffic every time. You're leaving last minute, and there are these big manholes across Mumbai, at least, right? They're disrupting the car suspension systems and causing monthly expenses for the year. What is running through them is the your wastewater, right? That's what these manholes are about. So it is another very important aspect that we need to solve our water problem. As India grows and urbanizes, it is the water bodies that are getting toxic. It is estimated that 70% of the surface water is unfit for consumption. And our industries and so many plants are just like every day almost 40 million liters of water, wastewater, is entering our rivers and other water bodies, and with only a tiny fraction of it which is adequately treated. So these are the main ways that any one of us contributes to water pollution. Excessive use of water that becomes sewage, use of chemicals, toxic detergents, cleaners, cleaning your homes. It could be washing your laundry. It could be washing your car. The detergents that you use of toxic nature, even the uh, soaps and shampoos that you are using, some of them have known to have plastic beads in them, so that also is causing water pollution. Then there are the microfibers on in your clothes that are going into when every time you wash your clothes, right? So there are these microfibers that are let out, and they enter into the wastewater stream, which eventually land up into the marine ecosystem. So if you're wearing synthetic clothes which are made out of polyester and nylon and synthetic material, then these microfibers become microplastics, which are a very big and major threat to our oceans and seas. Right, 35% of the microplastics are due to the clothes that we wear, the textiles that we use. That could be the clothes that you wear, the clothes, bed sheets, curtains, all these mats, rugs, all these are also made out of clothes and a part of our everyday lives, right? Incorrect disposable of waste, throwing anything into your sink or into your toilet. So wastewater running from our taps can be used for irrigation and for flushing purposes. You can recycle this adequately. So taking community initiatives in your societies and instilling a decentralized recycling, initiative would really help combat these issues and reduce pressure on local authorities can come together. take charge, be a water warrior, and have your society to create this change in your buildings and in your societies.
Wow, that was an helpful information about how to save water, and how can like tackle the water issues. So thank you so much for that. Contribute. We as individuals are contributing a lot to the water pollution. So it's important that we try to like understand what is water pollution and also like save water in our own ways. Small steps can like really help us in a huge ways, as small tiny drops make a mighty ocean. But right now we have to make like really really big oceans for us for the future. So Nixa, I think we can like have a final question, which will be like how Green Yatra is like helping to save water, and what are the projects done by Green Yatra to save water. So please let us know on that.
Yes. So Green Yatra is working on various projects to help conserve water at institutional as well as organizational levels. We are rejuvenating several lakes and ponds across India with the help of local government authorities, companies, and the local residents, which include farmers, panchayats, MNCs, and so on. So when we are doing a project, we try to go to try to include the community so that there is no maintenance that is required from our end, right? So because they are the ones who are going to be the beneficiaries, they are the ones who are going to be living with that pond or lake. So we try to include them to be a part of the process and help them, be better and give them additional, income resources as well. So our goal is to reverse the timeline for day zero and enable safe drinking water for all. Each of our tree plantation sites also help percolate water into the underground water reservoirs and capture higher amounts of rainwater. So we do various kinds of tree plantation, four different types, including Miyawaki urban tree plantation. In that, millions and millions and liters of water is sequestered down into the ground, and it is helping the recharging of the underground uh, aquifers. We also conduct water audits for organizations. The water audit outlines benchmarks and targets for the organization to attain to. We analyze what is the water consumption and subsequently explore suitable strategies for water conservation. So we conduct a water footprint audit for organizations, and we help them explore suitable strategies that will in turn decrease the amount of water that they are utilizing, help them recycle their wastewater, so they would be saving money. And if you look into the future, water will increase as a commodity, so your risk is decreasing when you conduct a water audit. This ensures water availability in the long run, avoiding future risk of water scarcity and monetary savings as less water is consumed. Lastly, we conduct intensive training programs for various levels of managers, employees, and staff to educate regarding the importance of water and how to save it. No matter how much we advance technologically, we must change our mindset and lifestyle individually to create an impact. Just as the session that we are doing today here.
Well, that's really really an important thing, that that individuals should understand that how organizations are like thriving to like help to save the water. Because since we are like living in this era where we are having a lot of environmental issues, it's really important that we should understand the responsibilities and act upon it. So thank you so much for your wonderful work that you're doing, and we like hope that we continue this passion, and like try to change the lives of many people. So thank you so much for that. And finally, I think right now we can conclude it. Yet we have a lot of other topics to discuss, but because of time constraints, we are like closing it. We will have a lot of other questions and like topics in the next session. So like thank you for joining, and like we hope that you join in our future sessions. So right now we can end this by trying to like let the people like ask any questions if they have any questions or not. So you can ask in the comment section, guys, if you have any doubts. um, Nixa ma'am can really help us to answer your questions, or else like I will like to close it just in a minute. Right now we'll close it in a minute, guys. So any questions? We have a lot of youth population watching, I think, right now. So people should know that how it is important to save water and why it is important. So guys, I will like end the session. So we have one question from Janisha. How does the online shopping culture affect the water footprint? So would you like to answer that, Nixa?
Yes. So
Yeah.
I was doing a study regarding this very thing. Uh, Online shopping, right? With the advent of social media and social influencers, a lot of people have started to do online shopping. And according to a report, 30% of the people agree that they have started to increase their shopping because of the influencer market and the online, how convenient it is being made right now. For us to get any kind of clothes. This is also increased fast fashion, the concept of fast fashion that we talk about. Now, when you think about what materials these things are made of, firstly, when we're increasing the consumption, either it is made of polyester or it is made of cotton. When we're increasing the use, both of these are harming the water resource, right? Cotton is a water intensive crop. So when you're buying more clothes made of water, the more water is utilized for the crop utilization. And when you are using polyester clothes in the fast fashion, you're buying more and more polyester, you're washing them more often, you're throwing them more often, so they're ending up in landfill, so that is leaching into the groundwater. And also the microplastics that are coming and polluting the oceans and seas through the microplastics. So definitely that has affected the water footprint, as the textile industry uses a large amount of water for cleaning, and also the dyes, right? When you are thinking about clothes, so there's a dyeing process, there's the finishing process, so that also creates a lot of toxic and hazardous wastewater, and which is thrown into the seas and oceans many times untreated.
Also we like purchase a lot trying to not use our old clothes, and which is like increasing our resource footprint. And one thing also I would like to say, since I'm like a really like environmental enthusiast, I believe, I feel it is like the internet footprint also is accountable here, because once we are ordering that, the entire process of trying to like pack it, like sell it, give it to the person who is delivering it, the amount of time that has been taken from one facility to other to like change it, and then the person who is using that vehicle to give us that one product. So everything is accountable. So if you are able to procure your materials or your dresses in the nearby clothes shop, it is going to be like way sustainable, guys, and you're going to like really like reduce the water footprint and environmental footprint at large. So surely we will be seeing that day, and we hope that we continue to change lives, and we try to make people aware and create an impact. So finally, guys, you can just like like take this final point which you can help help Green Yatra to save water. These are the kind requests that we have to the people who we follow, to the people who follow us. And that's like you should share, like, and comment our social media handles, and you can do whatever you can at your own like strength and possibility. You can talk to your relatives, you can talk to your friends about water conservation or any environmental issue, just to create an awareness, because as I mentioned, creating awareness is the only solution. You can share your ideas, and you can try to like create a social media post, and that will be like really helpful to know that your friends, to make know your friends that you are environmentally conscious. But you should do that. If you do that, you will be like trying to create an awareness in your own community, and people will come to know that, okay, this person is like into environment, and we also should learn it. So that's about it. Try to volunteer for projects, guys, because if you're having free time, really it will be helpful for us. You can spread the message, and you can spread the kind gesture of trying to save the water, which is going to help you, your family, and your future generations. So thank you so much, Nixa. That was a great session, wonderful talk. We hope that we continue this sustainable Saturdays, in the forthcoming Saturdays, and hopefully we do this like this forever. Thank you so much. And
Thank you.
right now, I will take a leave.
Yes.
See you guys. See you, everyone. Thank you. Bye.